Hi guys, Amy here with your June, or I guess it's now July swag, Beachy swag, Beachy vibes. So a bunch of fun designs that you can create with the products in your swag, and then a few bonus designs at the very end with products I know you all have in your desk. So to get started, we have our ingredients here. Our new product, Art Deco, which is a hybrid gel for your embellishments. This is great for metal pieces, crystals, pearls, whatever you want to glue to the top of the nails. And our Sea Treasures mix, which is a perfect mix of pearls and sea-colored stones and shells, starfish, seahorses, you name it, it's in there. And you got your little pencil to do all of our picking up. And then also a super top, which is our favorite top coat. If you guys haven't used this, you're going to fall in love with it. It's perfect over any gel polish. And we've got a neon super polish. Everybody was a little different, or every swag was a little different, so we just randomly picked for you. And last, we have our solar glitters, which these are so fun and change color, not with heat, but with UV light, with UV exposure. So for example, this one is nice bright lime color. And when this is put into exposure of UV, whether you're out in the sun or I'm just going to do it in the UV light just to show you real quick how drastically this changes, which is so cool. So we're going to just pop this into our UV light, wait a couple seconds, and here it is. Same color, completely, or same glitter, completely different color. So these are a lot of fun. And we decided to send all four because you just need them. And I wanted you guys to see all the colors, and I couldn't choose. So y'all are getting all four. So here are all four glitters, and these are without the UV exposure. And I wanted to show you how we use these in the designs on the swag. So first of all, these are encased in acrylic. So you can see they kind of give off a like a opalescent look, which is really, really pretty. So I now am taking these, I put these in the LED light, and here they are after with LED exposure. So I'm going to take that picture of them before and kind of place it right next to this picture so that you guys can really see the color change. So to get this much of a color change, you're going to need a lot of glitter. So you're going to want to encase it in acrylic, like you see here, or in a hard gel to get more glitter on there. If it's really, really thin and you're just putting a thin coat of glitter on, it's going to look more iridescent and you're not going to see as much of a change. So when you're using this, just keep that in mind. It's beautiful or encased in your enhancement products, and that's really where you're going to see the color change. But using it also just on top as a glitter is absolutely beautiful too, because it's so, so iridescent. So to get started on a few designs with our Art Deco, let me move all this stuff out of the way here. All right, so we're going to get started using the Valley Girl, which is the bright pink. And our neons go on like butter. Some of them you can get away with even one coat. I put 2 on just to make sure I'm not streaky at all. But if you're doing art on top, 1 coat is totally fine. We're going to go ahead and cure that. Alright, so now we've got our beach treasures here, and you can see there's all kinds of pearls and shapes and metal pieces. And we're going to go ahead and do like a full cover nail, kind of like we did with a couple of the swag nails. We're just going to take all of the pieces and just kind of place it all over the nail. So kind of like this look here. So let's take the Art Deco and we're going to get a nice dollop of that on our brush. All right, so we're going to take the dollop and we're just going to kind of roll it on the nail. Because it's such a thick consistency, it's kind of hard to get it off the brush and onto the nail. So you can see I'm just kind of rolling it, and I'm using my brush at straight up and down angle instead of flat to the nail, because using it flat to the nail you're going to end up wiping a lot of it off. So wait till you get about halfway down the nail and then start wiping, but keep your brush at that angle. So we got a little piece of fuzz that I'm going to get out of there. And you can see, even holding the profile of this nail, you don't have so much on there that it's adding a lot of bulk, but enough that you are covering the entire nail. So if you feel like you have too much, just go back over it. And you can see how I just take the metal edge of the brush to go around the tip of the nail like that, just to get off any bulk on the sidewalls or on the tip. Next, we're going to take our top coat, the super top, and while that Art Deco is still wet, we have not cured it, we're just going to go in and put a coat of super top on. And what this is going to do is kind of flatten out the surface, or at least make your surface not wobbly, because that gel is so thick sometimes you'll get the brush strokes. This will help it self-level out just perfectly. And then we're going to put our metal decorations and our pearls and some stones right on top and then cure. So this also is great because once you cure this, your top coat is already on, so you are skipping that extra step, and it's giving a really nice shiny surface underneath all of your stones and your embellishments. So what's nice is that super tacky layer under that top coat is still holding these charms and stones and everything on there without sliding and moving around, which is great. Gives us plenty of time to fill in this entire nail. So now just make sure everything looks good, and we're going to go ahead and cure that, and we're going to do the full 60 seconds, which is required for the top coat. Alright, so now we're going to do another design with the Art Deco gel, starting with just the neon yellow Bananarama as a base. And we're going to go ahead and cure this. Alright, so we're going to take a dollop of Art Deco and we're going to put it right towards the top of the nail. So you're just going to place this wherever you want to put your stones and decorations. And again, just kind of swirl it off. And then use the brush. Go ahead and clean off the extra that's on the brush, and then use that brush to spread out the gel that's on the nail. And really, you only want to put this where you want your stones. And you can see even the profile of it, we did not put a ton on, but just enough so that those stones and decorations will kind of have a cushion to sink into. And again, we're putting our top coat on, letting it sit for like a couple seconds just to self-level everything out. And then we can go right in with our decorations. A perfect little mermaid nail, and we're going to cure this and make sure that you're in there for the full 60 seconds because that's what the top coat needs also. And you can see when I mentioned like you're putting enough on so that the stones have like a cushion around them. And you can also feel that the no stickiness at all, super shiny around all your decorations. So here is our little mermaid nail. And these are the other ones, just the similar style with the stones just up around the cuticle area. And you can see how these are kind of cushioned into that Art Deco with the top coat on top. And super shiny, no stickiness, good to go. So this was one of the ones that we created from swag also, and you can see that there is no ledge around all of these crystals or pearls. Even though pearls have a very, very flat back and don't curve to the nail, you can see how snug these fit. So I mentioned a couple bonus nails at the end with stuff that I know you guys have in your desk. So we're going to do this shell nail, and I'm going to show you how I got the texture underneath for it and what I used for the top. We're going to start with, we'll start with the yellow. We'll do this one opposite. So we'll start with the Bananarama. One coat, cure, and then put another coat on, but don't cure it yet. So now we're putting our second coat on. And then we're going to take a dollop of the Valley Girl Pink and right into the wet layer of your Bananarama. We're going to take just a striper brush and just do a couple squiggly lines horizontally on the nail. So again, before you cure, now take your liner brush and just pull up kind of in the same flow that our ridges are going to be made with the texture gel on top. And now go ahead and cure. So after you come out of the light, a nice thin top coat. This is just going to get a nice sticky base for us to put some glitters on. And I'm just going to tap out a little bit of glitter. It's so pretty. And this is where I have to make things hard for myself. And what I'm going to do is just take the bigger chunks of this glitter and lay them in the nail. And I'm using my striper brush again, and I'm now seeing that I'm completely out of camera doing this, but I am literally just picking up the bigger chunks and laying it into the tacky, wet top coat. Okay, so here it looks. Here's what it looks like. And once you've got those in there where you want them, now we're going to go ahead and cure. All right, so once we cured that in there, we are now going to take, and you can see if we could focus here, there we go. I like a matte background with the shiny ridges on top, just gives it a little bit more depth, but you can do it however you want. You can run a buffer over it, or you can even top coat it again if you want a glossy on glossy. It just depends on what you want the nail to look like. I am going to take Magic Matte, and I'm going to put a coat of this on and cure. So now this comes out of the light, a nice matte base for us to take and do our ridges on top. And what I'm going to do is take Onesie gel. Onesie is a perfect thick consistency, but flows perfectly and self-levels out really nice, so it's so good for doing textures on top. It does have a pink tint to it, but this only enhances colors and glitters. You're not really going to see the pink tint. What I'm going to do is just take my liner brush, just picked up a dollop and I placed it on and pulled. Unfortunately, this is focusing in on the glitter in the background, but you can kind of see what I'm doing here. There we go. So you just want to put the dollop on the end and then pull up the nail. And you're going to repeat this on the side walls, and they're all of the points are going to come back to the cuticle of the nail. So do that 3 times, and then on the other side, I'm sorry, 2 times, and then the other 2 on the other side. And you can see it's not so textured that it's not wearable. It's a great design for like your signature finger. So again, Onesie is just great for designs like this because it is the perfect consistency and it's easy to work with, self-levels out so well. And just so you know, it is a soakable gel, so if you're doing it over gel polish, it's great for that too. All right, Onesie gel needs a 30-second cure. So we put that in and now that comes out and we've got our textured shell nail. What I want to do is just put a little decoration up by the cuticle area. So I'm only going to use, you can use Onesie gel for this also when it's just a small area like that and we're just putting a small shell and a few small stones. Or you can take your Art Deco and put a little dollop back there and do it that way. So we're just going to grab a little bit of gel, put it right back towards the cuticle area, and add some bling. And once we're happy with that, go ahead and cure, final cure. All right, so one last design that we're going to do. This is kind of an abstracty design, and we used our neon gel polish. I'm going to start with Valley Girl, which is the bright pink. We're going to do 2 coats of this and fully cure. Okay, so now that we're out of the light and this is fully cured, we are going to take our Bananarama, and I really kind of dried the brush off a little bit so there was not a ton of polish on there, and you're just kind of dry brushing a few areas with the different color. And we're also going to do that with the Chill Pill, which is the orange color. We're going to do the same thing. Just going to go different strokes, some horizontal, some vertical, just so some overlaps and it just looks really abstract. After that, we're going to go ahead and cure for 30 seconds. Once this comes out of the light, we're going to put a coat of top coat on. And I'm going to grab my striper brush again, and I'm just going to go in and grab certain size pieces of the glitter and place them on where I want. So remember, at this point, I'm working on wet top coat. And this is important because if you just do this over a sticky layer of gel polish, what happens is when you go to put your top coat on, your pieces end up sliding around and not staying where you put them. So this way we can put this right on, sticks in the wet top coat, then cure, and at least it secures all your glitters. That way when you do top coat or do anything else over top of them, they're not sliding around. Okay, and last we're going to put a dollop of our Art Deco, and you can see how I'm just swirling to get it onto the area. And if you have too much, just kind of wipe it off. But again, we're going to put our top coat on over this. That way we are skipping a step. We don't have to top coat at the very end. And it's nice that you don't have to push that top coat up to your stones and possibly end up flooding the stones or getting it on top of it. So this is just easier, quicker, and I feel like it leaves the surface structure of the nail much smoother and more fluid between all of your bling, stones, and decorations. And now we're just going to put some stones and decorations on and do that final cure for 60 seconds. And here's our final results on all of our designs that we just did. Super fun, blingy, and easy for you guys to recreate in the salon with these wearable nails. So happy beach blinging, and make sure you guys tag us in all your videos. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that you guys come and watch our videos. Make sure that you are all subscribed so that you get the notifications every time we do post a video. So we will see you all next month.